Security is going to be a big issue for SDN going forward, because as you kind of move into this new model of centralizing control, again, also managing it from a global basis, how do you make sure that you're removing all of the holes that you're going to have in security that would have been patched and covered in this networking box locally at the node? Security is a big concern if you have so much data that you don't know what it will happen with that data, or how it will be used, or whose hands it might go into. For example, if there are companies that would like to put their information into the cloud, say video information, and this video could be video coming from Hollywood, but would they take that risk of putting that video in an Amazon or a Rackspace kind of cloud? Because if that one movie got leaked out, it'll be a big disaster. So the way it is being done today is that the video networks, they maintain their own networks, and a lot of the equipment that they have is legacy equipment that they have not upgraded and implemented SDN and NFV like Google or Facebook or Yahoo or Amazon would do, because they don't run those type of data centers. So security is a big concern that is slowing down the adoption of SDN and NFV.
While moving the control plane out of these boxes and putting them in the centralized location of the network can introduce new security requirements and maybe limitations and vulnerabilities. At the same time, with OpenFlow and with SDN, you also have the opportunity to create better security capabilities. And that's going to be a long process. We are working on security aspects within the Open Networking Foundation. And we are working on making OpenFlow and the southbound interfaces more secure, but also we are working on how SDN and OpenFlow can enable new security applications that were not previously possible. You mentioned the example of the enterprise. One example is that within the enterprise with SDN, you should no longer worry about intrusion detection, prevention. These things can be viewed and detected from within the network, and the adequate measures can be taken from within the network without these things hitting the enterprise ever.
Yeah, I think all great points. And I mean, I think if history is any guide, especially in the service provider space, change, any technology change or shift, and certainly any business model change takes some time to play out. And some of that may be cultural, and some of that is just economics. Some of it is, like these providers have invested a tremendous amount in their network. It is their crown jewel. It is their business. And so they certainly can't throw out that investment. They have to evolve that investment. And so that's why, again, I think it's so important that Juniper's been thinking about the notions around SDN and the network as a platform for some time now. And so we've already been delivering systems to service providers, routers, switches, security devices that already, are equipped to evolve to an SDN world. And so the foundation is already beginning to be there. And so now, as new SDN capabilities come on, it's not as much of a forklift to get there. So I think that's one thing. I think security is a great point, and security is actually fairly integral to our SDN strategy. As we think about virtualizing the functions that the network performs, well, one of those functions, and maybe arguably one of the most important ones, is security. Both security of the infrastructure itself, and then security of the data that runs over that. And that becomes an imperative for service providers, and also becomes, again, I think, an opportunity for them, if they can do it right, to monetize secure connectivity, secure functions that the network performs, secure application delivery. All of those things are something you got to get right up front, but then something that can be an opportunity going forward.